up, I was kind of always around agriculture in the Yakima Valley, growing up near orchards and what was growing there, and I was always interested driving around Eastern Washington. I chose the integrated plant science degree to go into the fruit and vegetable industry because it was more of a challenge and not something that I could skate by on. My dad always said, do something that's hard, and strive and struggle so you can succeed and it'll pay off in the end. And so don't take the easy way out and don't quit. So I chose the path that I knew I wanted to do more, but I knew it was going to be harder, and I knew it was going to be more of a challenge for me to accomplish it. But on the other end, when you accomplish hard things, it always feels better and you can be proud of yourself. I started my internship here my sophomore year of college in the summer, and I did a lot of data collection and kind of the basic fruit counts and kind of not fun stuff, but the stuff that's necessary. And so I did that for 2 years, and my last internship year, so my senior year, I got a job offer and I accepted it and moved up here. What I've learned out here is what allows me to succeed, I think. The college is the framework, and it allows you to understand the physiology and the science behind everything and what's happening in the soil and how water moves through the soil or the cell biology. But out here, you're learning a whole new thing about spray chemistry and just all this new terminology and stuff that you didn't learn in college. So I think you need both to succeed, I guess. If you just come out of college and get thrown into it, I think you'd fail pretty quick. My internship experience, I moved down here and I was down here by myself during the summers and some spring breaks. And I was exposed to every aspect, so from the H2A program that we have out here to irrigation and field work. Kind of exposed to some of the chemistry, not really. Little projects here or there to do, and just learning the orchard and the diseases and the pests and all that stuff. A big project that I've been working on is the irrigation project, which is creating a more scientific approach to irrigation rather than just the old 24-hour set hand lines when there's no rhyme or reason to irrigating it. There's a lot of logistics to irrigating 840 acres when you can only apply 5 acres up in this irrigation district off of this pump and 10 acres over here, and you can't do too much over here because it'll reduce the water pressure over here and blow a line over there. So again, it's kind of just figuring out that puzzle, putting the pieces in place and being able to be out there every day and understand the soil and what it looks like and what it feels like and the data that you can pull from it with your portable probes and the probes that you have on the ground, your evapotranspiration rate, and putting that math together and making a decision. Should we irrigate 12 hours? Should we irrigate 24 hours? Should we irrigate 8 hours? And irrigating based on physiology. The water probes are good, but they only measure the soil directly around the probe. So if I put my probe out there and I read 60% field capacity, I can move it over a foot and read 70%. So it's not black and white. Water moves through the soil differently. You might hit an area of like a dry spot or an air pocket in the soil. The sizing of the fruit, we've been doing that for years. Here we've been doing it weekly. We do a fruit size survey with a little hand measurement, measuring in inches, and so it's nice to have it on the tree and you don't have to go out there all the time. But fruit does fall off, and these systems cost, $150 per sensor, right? When we could pay somebody, $80 to go out and do it in one day, and we have 800 fruitlets that we're measuring. So a lot of this technology, I think it's all fancy and nice, but I think if you adopt all this technology, you're gonna go bankrupt. I don't know if there's enough ROI to justify some of these purchases when we have these old systems that are a lot cheaper, and we can do it that way. The internship is really a process, I think, that should happen throughout your college career. I think you should start it early so you can understand and you can learn stuff from the field, and then when you're taking classes you can apply it. Whereas if you wait too long, I think you'd go through college learning a lot of this biology, but you're not making connections in your head. Whereas if you start early, you're making those connections in your head and you're able to understand and come up with ideas and maybe solve some of the problems that you've seen out in the field based on what you've learned.